Hey guys, welcome back to L-Dubs Investing. In this video, we are talking about what is happening at this Miami Bitcoin conference. We're also talking about what is Jack Dorsey saying about cryptocurrency and so much more. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to L-Dubs Investing. If you like this content, you want more videos on cryptocurrency, smash the like button and subscribe, guys. It's absolutely free. Let's jump in. Having a look at the market today, cryptocurrencies are having a red day today. We have Bitcoin at 37,595, Ethereum at 2,700, and selected altcoins in the red to dark red today, guys. On to the next one. All right, US Congressman expresses importance of crypto wallet privacy. Speaking of Bitcoin important and personal privacy during an interview at Bitcoin 2021 in Miami. At the bustling Bitcoin 2021 conference in Miami, Congressman Warren Davidson, alongside United States Senator Sunitha Lumen, sat down to field interview questions. The interview took a turn towards policy, with Davidson responding with outcomes of crypto wallets. At the end of the year, if you think about Secretary Mnuchin was talking about banning private wallets, Davidson said, responding to a question about the possibility of over-regulated in crypto. That's a horrible approach, he added. If we don't protect private wallets, someone is going to try to ban them. As Davidson mentioned in December 2020, saw the US Treasury suggest strict overwatch on self-custody digital wallets, with certain specifics such as calling for more information from users' transactions with wallets held away from the crypto exchange. I wish the country would take the threat to privacy as seriously as they take the threat to a Second Amendment. He said, the Second Amendment of US Constitution gives citizen ownerships gun rights. Whether we're in Venezuela, where the inflation is outrageous and you're trying to get your wealth out of the country, you can get it out through BTC. And the United States, if we get to the point where we're experiencing the kind of inflation we began to see this year, we may want that alternation as well. This is crazy. You know, are you there? Did you end up going to the Miami conference there, guys, on BTC? It would be absolutely crazy, guys. Let me know in the comments. Let's get on. Alrighty, to ICO or IDO, this is the question. Index DEX offerings have a far bit in common with initial coin offerings, but comment out of top in the cost, efforts, and fairness. Index DEX offerings are the new initial coin offerings. So what's the difference between an IDO and an ICO other than the one letter? A lot, actually. In some ways, ICOs and IDAs have more in common in each and other way than they do with initial exchange offerings, which have more than a few features or traditional initial public offerings of stocks. While IDOs and IEOs are both listed indirectly on exchanges, decentralized exchanges or DEXs in the case of former and centralized exchanges for the latter. IDOSs are very much to do-it-yourself process like ICOs. One big difference between IDOs and ICOs is that the amount of money raised. No one sees a 10-figure IDO matching Block.one's 4 billion ICO or Telegram's 1.7 billion raised anytime soon. Those ICOs also show the power of the SEC, which generally went easy on companies willing to pay fines and issue MEA coupons. Block.one, which raised $4 billion, paid a comparative paltry $24 million fine. Telegram, which fought the SEC, ended up returning $1.2 billion of the $1.7 billion raised and shutting down its Tone blockchain. IEOs, on the other hand, are controlled by exchanges which act in many ways like the underwriters, middleman, which lead companies going public on the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ through the process. And IEOs, centralized exchange like Binance Launchpad and Huobi Primary Vet, the issues providing regularly and know your customer and anti-money laundering services and market the sale, for which they charge an arm and a leg. Unlike underwriters, crypto exchanges do not buy out or resell these tokens. In fact, more than a few IEO sales fail despite the cost. IDO versus ICO. In both the IDO and ICO, the token issuer pays no direct fees to middleman, which is much more in line with the peer-to-peer ethos of Bitcoin and its successors. That said, IDO launchpads like PokerStar and Binance Launchpad are changing that, and they become a more common, but don't have nearly the cost of control of centralized IEOs. However, every IDO and ICO issuer is responsible for its own marketing, and each must create the smart contract using to sell tokens, including arranging any audits and carry out its own legal vetting. This likely includes outsourcing AML and KYC compliance, as well as generating securities that offer registration requirements. There's a lot to go here through, guys. If you want to come and check it out, I hope that gives you a basic understanding of the difference. On to the next. Jack Dorsey outlines Square tentative plans for Bitcoin hardware wallets. Bitcoin is for everyone. It's important for us to build an exclusive product that brings a non-custodial solution to the global market. Square Incorporated, the mobile payments company behind the popular Cash App, strongly considers developing an open source BTC wallet, signaling continued conviction in the future of digital currency platforms. Square is considering to make a hardware wallet for Bitcoin. CEO and co-founder Jack Dorsey Friday, if we do it, we will build it entirely in the open from form software to hardware design and in collaboration with the community. Custody doesn't have to be all or nothing. We can probably simplify custody through assisted self-custody. Assisted requires great product design, minimal setup time, reload, and existing devices, and end-to-end reliability. The orders of magnitude growth we imagine requires a mix of custodial, off-chain, and second-layer solutions that allow people to get off of zero, which tech investments can enable seamless, scalable L2 native support for hardware wallets. Way to go, Jack. I think this is definitely the way to go. Square's Cash App has got millions of users. This would be great for the overall community and the overall adoption. On to the next one. Forget Elon. Here's why Bitcoin traders should be watching the US dollar index. The US dollar index recorded its best daily performance in almost 9 months, just as the BTC USD exchange rate fell following Elon's cryptic tweet. Bitcoin prices fell almost 5% on June 4th, continuing to decline into Friday's session as investors grappled with Elon's massive cryptic tweets on the cryptocurrency, raising speculation that the Tesla CEO might dump the firm's remaining 43,000 BTC stash. Nonetheless, Bitcoin's move downside also coincides with a big spike in the US dollar index, raising speculations that more than one sector accelerated the cryptocurrency dramatic plunge during the late Thursday and early Friday session. In retrospect, the US dollar index, which measures the greenback strengths against a basket of top foreign currencies, surged 0.18% to reach a 3-week high of 90.627 after Musk's tweet. Meanwhile, the same period witnessed BTC price crash by 9.31% to hit an intraday low of 35,593. The chart below illustrates Bitcoin's immediate response to Musk's tweet in a big red candle on an hour chart, following by extended declines. However, while not reacting exclusively to Musk's anti-Bitcoin tweet, the dollar also starts rising on a sustained upward bids in traditional markets, eventually logging its biggest daily gain since September 2020. What are your thoughts on this? Is this correlated, guys? There's many charts that we can have a look at to compare what's happening in BTC to other markets it affects. It's definitely worth having a look at the dollar and the weakening. Once you see that dollar weakening, that's when we can see BTC rising again. This is what initially BTC was created for. On to the next one. Bitcoin bulls give conservative 10-year estimates for hyper Bitcoin consumption to hit. A decade of hyper Bitcoin consumption is most likely, says Kraken exclusive Dan Helder forecast, echoed by Unchained Capital Parker Lewis. Bitcoin may be just 10 years away from seeing mass adoption in an event known as hyper Bit consumption. That's according to participants of the BTC 21 conference in Miami, who on June 4th delivered surprising optimistic verdicts on when hyper Bitcoinization will come. Bitcoin could be on the hunt for an account of 2031. Speaking on the panel, the Bitcoin Standard author, Unchained Capital head of business development, Parker Lewis and Kraken Gred led, all gave deadlines for when Bitcoin would effectively take over the global finance. I think that based on how Bitcoin has been adopted historically and based on trillions of dollars that the Fed is going to have to print in the coming months, 2 years, that it would potentially be conservative to say that Bitcoin's a unit of account in 10 years. If we do have an event where there's rapid deflation of fiat currency, Bitcoin starts to surge or get close to $1 million per Bitcoin, a super cycle moment, then we could see it much sooner. Maybe 5 to 6 years or so, but they would have to be very unlikely outcome. I think it could happen, but it's not likely to happen anytime soon. As Toyn Telegraph pointed, the stock to flow model predicts an average BTC price of either 100,000 or 288,000 this halving cycle, depending on which type of model is used. What are your thoughts on this, guys? You know, I'm well and truly within those graphs as well. I think we're going to see between 100 and 200,000 BTC this cycle, this year. I think it's going to happen around about September, October, in my opinion, guys. But hey, that's just my opinion. On to the next one. Alrighty, last one we're talking about today. Largest Bitcoin event in history, BTC 2021 kicks off in Miami. The Bitcoin 2021 main conference day is kicking off today, featuring Mayor Francis, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, MicroStrategies CEO Michael Saylor, and so much more. Bitcoin's 2021, the biggest event ever in history, with a sold-out crowd of at least 12,000 attending in Miami, is kicking off right now. The conference will be one of the largest crypto gatherings to emerge following the pandemic, with organizers expecting more than 50,000 attendees. An unofficial part of the conference kicked off Thursday with a whole day featuring Galaxy CEO Mike Novogratz and Bitco CEO Mike Belcher. The event is positioned to be something more like a music festival, featuring multiple stages, including a main Nakamoto stage, as well as side stages like Stacking Sat stage and an End of Fiat stage. Are you there, guys? I wish I was there in Miami. It would be absolutely crazy. Let me know if you are there. Let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to the end. Don't forget, smash that like button. It is absolutely free. Speaking of free, check out the pinned comment to CoinSpot and of course Coinbase, guys. If you want to get yourself some free Bitcoin, you want to get yourself a free stock, check out the pinned comment to stake and we will spin the roulette wheel. See you next time.